So yesterday we were discussing factors affecting rate of corrosion, right? See, in the initial part of this module, we studied a definition of corrosion, then why metals have tendency to corrode, right? Then mechanism of corrosion. In under mechanism, first mechanism was dry theory or chemical attack or chemical theory of corrosion. Then second theory was wet theory or electrochemical corrosion, right? We call it as the most successful theory. And under electrochemical theory, we studied two types. First was corrosion in acidic medium, and that type was evolution of hydrogen type corrosion, right? And then we studied second mechanism, corrosion in neutral medium, and that was absorption by oxygen. Okay, so that was electrochemical corrosion, right? Or wet corrosion. So these are the two mechanisms, and after studying mechanism, we studied uh, types of electrochemical corrosion. Okay, where we understood how anodic and cathodic areas are produced, which is basic requirement for corrosion. Okay, so we studied four practical situations, and those are four corrosion types. First was galvanic cell corrosion. Okay, where reason was dissimilar metals connected to each other. One was anode, another was cathode. Okay, the second was differential aeration corrosion or oxygen concentration cell corrosion. Okay, so in that, reason behind anode and cathode formation was differentially aerated area on one and same metal. One part is highly aerated, another is less aerated. Less aerated is anode, highly aerated is cathode. Okay, then third was pitting corrosion. Pitting corrosion is a kind of differential aeration corrosion only. Accumulation of dust leads to anode and cathode, and pit formation takes place. That was the third type. And fourth type was stress corrosion. So in case of stress corrosion, two conditions are necessary. First was presence of stress under working condition, and second was presence of correct corroding medium. Okay, so under those conditions, corrosion setup and rusting starts at anode. So that we studied, right? Now, yesterday we studied factors affecting rate of corrosion. Okay, which are the factors which are accelerating rate of corrosion, which are the factors which are reducing rate of corrosion. So once we know these factors, we can design our structures properly. Okay. So under nature of metal, first category, actually we consider two categories. First factors, those comes under nature of metal or depending or correlated to nature of metal, and another is depending or correlating to corroding medium. Okay, so under nature of metal we studied purity of metal. Okay, so metal should be pure. If it is impure, then galvanic cell setup, that we understood. Then position of metal in galvanic or electrochemical series, the second factors affecting. So we should refer electrochemical series before joining metals or before designing our structure. Okay, so electrochemical series, we have metals occupying higher position are anodic, and metals at lower position or at the bottom, they are cathodic. Okay, so position in electrochemical series again very crucial information while designing any structure. Then we studied hydrogen over potential. This is what the important aspect we should consider for some exceptional metal, tin, lead, and zinc. Okay, they are common metals we use in engineering. So these metals, they behave exceptionally. Means what? We expect evolution of hydrogen. Okay, evolution of hydrogen when we put them in acid. जसं आपण electrochemical corrosionचा mechanism शिकलो in acidic medium. So when metals they put into acid solution, they dissolve, they oxidize, or they corrode with evolution of hydrogen gas. Okay, and these three metals, they are exceptional: tin, lead, and zinc. They are above hydrogen, but they do not undergo oxidation easily in acid solution. So that is because of hydrogen over potential. So hydrogen over potential is theoretical potential value minus practical potential value. The theoretical potential value at which hydrogen evolution expected minus practical potential value at which hydrogen evolution actually observed in while doing experiment. So theoretical minus actual value is what? Over potential. So in over potential, what? If over potential is high, rate of corrosion is low. Okay, if over potential is high, rate of corrosion is low. This is an important point for us. The relative areas of anode and cathode, so that we understood. So rate of corrosion is directly proportional to area of cathode upon area of anode, that we understood. Okay, so area of cathode is large, then demand of electron will be large, corrosion will be large. Okay, so while designing anything, cathodic area should be small or smaller than anodic area. असं डिझाईन करायला पाहिजे. ओके, तुम्ही दोन वेगवेगळे मेटल जॉईन करत असाल, टू डिफरंट मेटल्स आर टू बी कनेक्टेड, से कॉपर and steel are to be connected. So in this case, copper and steel, copper is cathode and steel is anode, because iron, steel means what? Iron. It is above in the electrochemical series as compared to copper. That we know with the knowledge of electrochemical series. So area of steel should be larger than area of copper. Suppose if you use copper plumbing and steel pipe, that is acceptable, but you cannot use copper pipe and steel plumbing. There will be disaster then. Okay, so cathodic area should be small, anodic area should be large. Okay, so this is another important factor. Then we understood nature of corrosion product, that we already studied in dry theory of corrosion. We studied 4 types of products: stable, unstable, volatile, porous. Okay, so if product is stable, then corrosion is stopped. Okay, then unstable, practically no corrosion. Okay, unstable असेल तर no corrosion, म्हणजे आपले noble metals. Volatile is a highest rate of corrosion or severe corrosion, molybdenum example. And porous rate remains same. Okay, that we already studied. Same thing you have to write over here. Okay, the nature of corroding medium, temperature. If temperature increase, rate of corrosion is high. Okay, but one more aspect we understood: if temperature increase, oxygen solubility decrease. Okay, so in case of oxygen absorption type of corrosion, rate of corrosion is decrease with increase in temperature. But in case of evolution of hydrogen type of corrosion, rate of corrosion increase with increase in temperature. हे आपण गेल्या काल शिकलो. ठीक आहे. Humidity, moisture, they always enhance rate of corrosion. pH, acidic pH is more corrosive than neutral or alkaline pH. Acidic pH कसा असतो? Corrosive असतो. That we understood yesterday. Then presence of impurities, they may be gases or maybe acids, so they enhance rate of corrosion. Then presence of suspended particles, if they are active electrolyte, NaCl, NH4Cl, then rate of corrosion is higher. Okay, and if chemical inactive particles are there like charcoal, they absorb gases, active gases, and corrosion is enhanced. Then we understood effect of nature of ions present. So actually these 4, 5, 6, they are actually correlated to each other. Okay, by this or that way. So anions If anions are of silicate, then there is inhibition of corrosion. If it is silicate, okay, because gel will be produced, that is inactive, bad electrolyte. But if it is chloride ion, then it will destroy protective surface and corrosion is accelerated. And if cations are there, then corrosion rate is always accelerated. The cation may be NH4Cl, Na plus, etc., or maybe copper is present. Okay, that copper is present in water even, that is a mine water, which is passing through the steel pipes. Okay, from mines, some mines to the factory. So there we find accelerated rate of corrosion. So these are the various factors we should consider. One more factor is there, formation of oxygen concentration cell. So this is what the similar to the oxygen or differential aeration corrosion type. आपण जो शिकलो आहे तेच आहे ते. Okay, same thing you have to write. Okay, so when a corrosion of metal occurs due to electrochemical attack on metal surface exposed to an electrolyte of varying concentration. तेच आहे ते आपण शिकलो already. The areas on metal surface where oxygen concentration is low is anodic, and area where oxygen concentration is high is cathodic. So metal dissolves at anode. बाकी reaction सगळ्या त्याच आहेत. At anode it is oxidation, at cathode it is reduction. Overall reaction formation of rust, FeOH twice. Okay, तर हे काल आपण सगळं शिकलो आहे. Now we are at the second part of this module, that is what the passivity, how to make metals passive. Okay, so why metals corrode? Because they are active. Okay, so we have to make them passive. Okay, see, I already mentioned the corrosion or rusting of metals, metallic structure is a severe problem for us, serious problem. If we talk about steel, so almost 25% of iron get rusted all over the world annually, okay, per annum. So it's a huge loss. But corrosion or rusting is not just loss of metals, but it increases maintenance cost. That is one thing. Okay, it increases what? Molding cost, because we have to remold it, because we lose that part also. Okay, so and there are several other factors correlated to the corrosion. So in short, we don't want corrosion at all, but corrosion is what? Unavoidable. We cannot remove corrosion from earth because it is natural tendency of metals to revert back to their original stable state. So we cannot eliminate it, but we can reduce its rate by adopting certain methods, and those methods are called as the passivity methods, because we make metals passive. ते ऍक्टिव्ह आहेत म्हणून करोड होतात, त्या पॅसिव्ह करायचं. दॅट्स ऑल. आता बरंचसं सिलेबस पण रिमूव्ह केलंय तुमच्यासाठी, कळलं? कारण वेळ आपल्याकडे कमी असल्यामुळे तुमचं प्रॉब्लेम कमी आहे. करोजन मधला पण बराचसा पार्ट काढून टाकलाय त्यांनी, न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लेम्स वगैरे. ठीक आहे, बघूया आपण काय काय आता ठेवलंय सिलेबस मध्ये. So first is cathodic protection, which is most successful method, most widely used method. So cathodic protection is of two types: sacrificial anode method and impressed current method. So these two methods are widely used to save our structures. Okay, say like buried pipelines, maybe nuclear reactors, steel tanks. Okay, ships, right? So and so several metallic structures, they are saved by this cathodic protection. So first we see principle behind this method, underlying principle. In this method, corroding metal which is anodic. Okay, see what electrochemical cell theory says. There is formation of anode and cathode, presence of electrolyte, and oxidation at anode. Then third step, oxidation means what? Corrosion. Oxidation means corrosion, means dissolution of metal. Okay, rusting, etc. So why metals corrode? Because it behave like anode. Cathode कडे काही होत नाही बघा. Cathode is protected, cathodic part is protected. The destruction takes place at anode only. Okay, so that is what here stated here. In this method, corroding metal behave like anode. That is what it destructs. Okay, so And now under this cathodic protection method, the idea use is we convert that corroding metal to behave like cathode. To behave like cathode, no more anode. त्याच्यावर एकही एनोड ठेवायचं नाही त्यावरती मेटल असेंब्ली वरती. So if there is no anodic area, no anodic region, then no corrosion. Okay, so that is what the basic principle behind is. So in this method, corroding metal which is anodic forced to behave like cathode, thereby corrosion does not occur. This is what the basic idea. No anode, no corrosion. There are two types of cathodic protection methods. Okay, there are two types. ये दोन types आहेत ते. Okay, two types of cathodic protection method म्हणजे काय? Two types to force corroding metal to behave like cathode, basically. First is sacrificial anode method. The most simple, cheapest, effective method, most widely used method, sacrificial anode method. In this method of cathodic protection, metal structure which is to be protected. Okay? In this method of cathodic protection, metal structure which is to be protected is connected to more anodic metal. बघा तुम्हाला कळते काय? Okay? In this method of cathodic protection, metal structure to be protected is connected to more anodic metal. At a metal structure to be protected. So for example, let us take underground pipeline made up of a steel. Okay, so it undergoes corrosion. Why? Because of formation of anode and cathode, anodic regions and cathodic regions. So what we have decided under cathodic protection, convert all anodic area into cathode, no anode. Okay, so that is what stated over here. Metal structure to be protected is connected to more anodic metal. आता जी आपली पाईपलाईन आहे त्याच्यावरती एनोड अँड कॅथोड फॉर्म होत आहेत. आता आपल्याला कॅथोड करायचं आहे. कसं कॅथोड करणार? वी विल कनेक्ट दॅट पाईपलाईन टू अनदर मेटल विच इज ऑक्युपाइंग हायर पोझिशन इन इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सिरीज. इथे काय म्हटलंय? मोर एनोडिक मेटल म्हणजे काय? एनोडिक कधी असेल तो जर त्याची पोझिशन इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सिरीज मध्ये वरती असेल. यू अंडरस्टँड? So this is a very simple idea. So if you want to protect steel pipe, underground steel pipe, then you have to connect it to another metal, maybe small piece, and that metal should be occupying upper position to the steel in galvanic series or electrochemical series. That's all. It's very simple idea. The whole metal structure thus acts as cathode and gets protected. जेव्हा आपण त्या मेटल स्ट्रक्चरला मोर एनोडिक मेटलचा पार्ट जोडतो त्यावेळी काय होतो? त्या पाईपलाईन वरती, त्या स्ट्रक्चर वरती एनोड तयार होतच नाही, कारण मोर एनोडिक मेटल आपण त्याला जोडलंय. ओके, द मोर ऍक्टिव्ह मेटल corrodes slowly and metal structure is protected. So that more active metal, more anodic metal जे आपण कनेक्ट केलंय, obviously it will be anode, and that small part will be rusted or corroded and metal structure will be protected. So the more active metal is called as a sacrificial anode. Why? Because that small part sacrifices itself. That small part undergoes corrosion, it undergoes destruction, and it saves our whole metallic structure. So it sacrifices itself. So that is why it is called as a sacrificial anode, and method is called as a sacrificial anode method. The sacrificial anode metal is replaced by fresh one when corroded completely. ज्यावेळी तिथं पूर्णपणे रस्टिंग होणार, so just replace it with a fresh piece, small piece. Okay, so on cost of small piece we save our big structures. So metals commonly employed as sacrificial anode are magnesium, zinc, aluminium and their alloys. Okay, बघा magnesium कसा आहे? वरती आहे बघा. It occupies upper position to steel. The most common engineering material is steel or iron. Okay, so magnesium is at a higher position to steel, so it is mostly used, or sometimes zinc or aluminium also and their alloys. Example baga, protection of underground water tanks, steel water tank, pipelines, marine structures, ship hull, they are protected by this method. Okay, so these are what important for us. So they undergo corrosion because of formation of anode and cathode. So we simply connect them with magnesium block, small magnesium block. Whole structure is protected because small magnesium block will be anode and whole structure will be cathode. No corrosion. It's a very simple idea. Okay. So let us see the schematic for this. Suppose this is what the underground pipeline. ये क्या है? Underground steel pipe. Now this pipe undergoes corrosion. Why? Because of formation of anode and cathode. Okay, and there is conducting medium. So corrosion cell set up and is oxidation at anode. Corrosion is started. Okay, so we want to save this pipeline from destruction by corrosion. So what we should do? We have to connect this pipeline to another metal which is having higher position in electrochemical series. आता स्टील म्हणजे काय? आयर्न आहे. मग आयर्नची पोझिशन काय आहे ती बघायची, त्याच्यापेक्षा वरचा मेटल याला कनेक्ट करायचा. ओके, सो फॉर एक्झाम्पल मॅग्नेशियम. यू जस्ट सी, सो दिस इज अ ह्यूज पाईपलाईन. इथे छोटीशी दाखवली आहे, पण ही पाईपलाईन खूप मोठी असू शकते. So to save this pipeline, we have to make it cathode. How to make it cathode? When we connect it to another active, more active metal or more anodic metal, for example, magnesium. That's all. Very simple and cost-effective idea. Now, once this magnesium undergoes corrosion, it is undergo destruction. It is replaced by fresh piece. Okay. So this is now anode, and whole pipeline is cathode now. You see, anode. This is cathode. No more anode on this. This is anode. So this will undergo destruction. So after complete destruction, you just replace it by small piece. So on cost of small piece, we save our big metallic structures. You understand? So that is what this is, sacrificial anode method. So this is sacrificial anode, magnesium block. It sacrifices itself to save our pipeline. Okay. So I hope you understood. Very simple. So this is a very I mean simple and cost effective method to save our metallic structure. Okay, to convert our metallic structure completely into cathode, we use this method. Another method to convert assembly to into cathode is what? Impress current method. This is flow of electron now, because this is anode, it will oxidize. Electron direction is this will be cathode. Okay, so another method is impressed current method to convert that pipeline into anode, sorry, cathode, into completely into cathode. We have to pass impressed current into it. This is again effective method. In this method of cathodic protection, the corroding metal is converted into cathode by passing an impressed current through it. बघा, ह्या मेथड मध्ये काय करतोय आपण? कॅथोडिक प्रोटेक्शनच्या द करोडिंग मेटल, okay, which is behaving like anode, is converted into cathode by passing an impressed current through it. Okay, so when we pass impressed current through it, it will be 100% cathode, no anode, no anodic region. Now how to make it cathode? We have to connect it to external DC supply, DC power supply. Okay, so now can somebody tell me, suppose I have one pipeline, okay, I have underground pipeline, I have to save it by impressed current method. I have one DC power supply. Okay, so there are two terminals, positive and negative terminal. Okay, so I have to make this pipeline cathode, completely cathode. So what should I do? Which terminal I should connect? Positive terminal or negative terminal? To make that pipeline cathode, which terminal should be connected to the pipeline? पॉवर सप्लायचं कुठलं टर्मिनल जोडलं पाहिजे पाईपलाईनला, जेणेकरून तो कॅथोड होईल? सांगा बघूया. कळला का प्रश्न तुम्हाला? सी, वी हॅव अंडरग्राउंड pipeline to be saved, okay, from corrosion by cathodic protection method, or specifically by impressed current method. Okay, so I have to make it cathode. How can it be made cathode? That is what my question. If I give you DC power supply and if I ask you to make it cathode, make that pipeline cathode, so which terminal should be connected to the pipeline so that that pipeline will be cathode? Positive or negative? Saga? अरे तुम्हाला ऐकू येतंय ना? हॅलो. अरे तुम्ही आहात ना इथे? दिसतात सगळे आहेत इथे. सांगा बघूया. ठीक आहे, मी सांगतो. द मेटल टू बी प्रोटेक्टेड इज कनेक्टेड टू निगेटिव्ह टर्मिनल ऑफ डीसी सोर्स. बघा, निगेटिव्ह टर्मिनल जोडले तरच कॅथोड होणार. तुम्हाला माहिती शिकलाय ना हे. डीसी सोर्स में भी बैटरी and other terminal is connected to graphite rod. That will be anode. Okay, so protection against corrosion goes as long as impressed current flows in the circuit. When we stop or when we stop or cut off the power supply, okay, then there is no more protection. No, okay, again cathode and anode will be produced. Impressed current systems are particularly useful in environment with higher electrical resistivity. Okay, especially soil electrical resistivity is very huge. In that case, impressed current method is most effective than even than sacrificial anode method. They require cheap source of electric power and ideal for big structure and long-term operations. Okay, impressed current method is used for the protection from corrosion of buried pipelines, transmission line towers, marine structures. Same example आपण घेतोय. Suppose we have underground pipeline to be protected by impressed current method. So we have to connect it. We have to connect it to external DC power supply. Okay, and to the another anode graphite. Mostly graphite is used. So which terminal should be connected to this pipe? Negative terminal. If I connect negative terminal, then whole pipeline will be cathode and this will be anode. If I make it reverse, okay, if I connect it to positive terminal, whole pipeline will be anode and more corrosion will be accelerated even. Okay, so that should not be done. So negative terminal of power supply should be connected to the any assembly to be protected. Here it is pipeline. You understand? So this is what the simple setup to protect our huge structures from corrosion. Now, another method included in our syllabus is use of coatings, and this you know well. Most common method is what? Painting. Okay, application of paints, organic paints, right? Pigments, etc. But that is not included in our syllabus. In our syllabus, metallic coatings are included. Okay, and under metallic coatings, common are anodic coatings. Example is galvanizing, and cathodic coatings. Example is tinning. Very simple. Okay, so see now how passivity is achieved or corrosion control is achieved used by application of coatings. So logic behind this is when we apply any coating on metal surface, contact of metal surface with the environment is disconnected. Okay, now if there is no contact with the environment, what will happen? No conducting medium. So our assumption, second assumption, presence of conducting medium is spoiled. Okay, so if there is no conducting medium, no corrosion, no oxidation. So that is what the so basically coatings are a physical barrier, okay, between metal surface and environment. No contact with the environment, so no corrosion. That is what the logic behind is. But more than physical barrier, we achieve some other things with these anodic coatings, especially galvanizing. Let us see that. Okay, so first metallic coatings. So metallic coatings are protective coatings, okay, applied on base metal. So as I mentioned just now, they act as physical barrier, avoiding direct contact with the environment and protect from corrosion. ओके, फिजिकल बॅरियर. तुम्हाला कळलं असेल मी काय म्हणतोय ते. आपण ऑर्गॅनिक पेंट पण फिजिकल बॅरियर्स असतात. ओके. Now methods of application of metallic coating. How to apply metallic coating on base metals. First is hot dipping. There are several methods used in industry, but only one method we will study according to syllabus, hot dipping. So under hot dipping, first we'll see galvanizing. Now galvanizing is anodic coating. Galvanizing म्हणजे काय? कुठे सांगेल का? गॅल्वनायझिंग म्हणजे काय? तुम्ही शिकला असाल. सांगा बघूया गॅल्वनायझिंग म्हणजे काय? कुठला मेथड वापरतात? एक्झाम्पल सांगा गॅल्वनायझिंग साठी. अरे बोला तुम्ही आहात की नाही मला कळत नाहीये. गॅल्वनायझिंग म्हणजे काय? कुठला मेथड वापरतात?
सर झिंक कोटिंग कर.
एक्झॅक्टली, व्हेरी नाईस. झिंक कोटिंग. So zinc on steel is galvanizing. Okay, so why it is called as anodic coating? Because if you look at the electrochemical series, zinc occupies its upper position as compared to steel or iron. So that is what upper position means. What it is anodic. Okay, so that is why it is called as an anodic coating. Okay, galvanizing. Very nice. And second is tinning. Tinning is cathodic. Now example is application of tin on steel. So if you look at the position of tin means Sn. So it occupies lower position with respect to steel or iron. That is why it is cathodic coating. This is most common coatings used in industry. So let us see. Here process is expected. Definition, process, differentiation points, these are expected. So galvanizing, zinc on iron or steel sheet. Coating of zinc on iron or steel sheet. Now zinc is anodic with respect to iron. Okay, because it occupies upper position. So it is called as anodic coating. Process. Now how to apply zinc in industry, that we will see. So first step is always preparation of surface. Whatever article you use for galvanization, काय कुठलेही असू शकतात, स्क्रू, नट बोल्ट, शीट्स, पाइप्स. Okay, we use these articles at our home or commercially also. Okay, so they are simply dipped in molten zinc. Okay, we prepare molten zinc bath and we simply put those articles into that molten bath and they get coated. This is simple logic, but this is not as simple as I just explained. Actually, it needs several steps. So first step is preparation of surface. It's very crucial step. Okay, if surface is not good, surface is having impurity and does not having proper roughness, required roughness, then that adhering between the coating and base metal is weak. Okay, so preparation of surface is very important. So process, it is done by hot dipping method. Iron sheet. So here we consider example of iron sheet and we will apply zinc coating. So first is what? Under preparation of surface, acid treatment, sulfuric acid treatment. So that sheet is first passed through dilute H2SO4 tank. That tank is called as a pickling tank or pickling process to remove impurities on the surface. It is then washed with fresh water to remove acid and impurities and dried in hot air. Okay, so now cleaning process is finished. First step is cleaning. The clean sheet is then passed through molten zinc. Once surface is prepared properly by cleaning, it is then passed through molten zinc tank when it gets coated with zinc. Okay, and those coated sheet then pass between hot rollers to remove excess zinc and to have a good contact between the article and zinc coat. Strong coating. Okay, they pass between rollers, and then annealing means heat treatment is given. These sheets then pass through annealing chamber, heat treatment chamber, to make coating firmly attached to the sheet surface. Okay, So let us see this flow chart. If you look at the flow chart, you may understand. So sometimes they ask this flow chart also describe the galvanizing process with the help of flow chart. So here you will understand. So first step is what? Preparation of surface. So 1, 2, and 3. These 3 steps are preparation of surface, metal surface to remove impurity. So what we do, if we take example of iron sheet to be coated with zinc, first is acid treatment. So this sheet is allowed to pass into sulfuric acid bath, dilute sulfuric acid at approximately 90 degrees Celsius. Okay, so all impurities are then removed. Then sheet is then passed into water to remove that acid and impurities at washing process, washing bath. Okay, then it is passed into a drying chamber to remove that water and acid, whatever. So drying chamber. Then these dried sheets then pass into zinc bath, molten zinc bath. So here we have molten zinc maintained at something around 430 degrees Celsius. So here we get a uniform coating, okay, uniform coating on the metal article. So here you will see the layer of ammonium chloride to avoid oxidation of zinc. Okay, because that zinc is in molten state and at high temperature, so it easily reacts with oxygen of air. So to avoid air oxidation, that bath is usually coated with ammonium chloride flux. Okay, now here that article or sheet gets coated with zinc. It is then taken out and passed between the rollers, pair of rollers, to get uniform thickness. Okay, to remove the excess zinc coat and also to have good intimacy or good adherence, good contact between zinc and sheet, steel sheet. Okay, excess zinc is collected over here and circulated back to the molten zinc tank. Then the coated and pressed sheets, they are passed into annealing chamber. Annealing means what? Heat chamber. Here we will get a physical bonding. Okay, physical bonding between the zinc coat and iron. And here we have a firm zinc coat on that sheet. Here process is finished. Okay, here we have galvanized sheet. So basically process is divided into first cleaning of a surface, means preparation of surface is very important. We cannot avoid this. Okay, this is very important. Once proper surface we have, then only we can apply coating. Then dipping in a molten bath and then pressing and then annealing. All steps should come. Okay. So this is what the galvanizing. Similarly, we can do tinning. Okay. Now tinning means what? Tinning is tinning means application of tin, SN. It is cathodic with respect to steel or iron. If you look at the electrochemical series, that is why it is called as the cathodic coating. Okay. So coating of tin on iron or steel sheet process. So same method is used by hot dipping. Simply dipping that steel sheet or any other article into molten tin. So first iron sheet is passed through dilute H2SO4 tank, the pickling process to remove impurity on the surface, then washed with water to remove acid, and then drying. Same steps, preparation of surface, same steps we follow. Then clean sheet then pass through molten tin tank when it gets coated with tin. Okay, and now once it is coated, it is passed through oil bath to avoid oxidation. It is passed through the bath of palm oil, which prevents oxidation of coated surface. Okay, and then it is passed between hot rollers to remove excess tin. इथे zinc लेलेले tin पाहिजे, SN पाहिजे, SN. चुकून इथे zinc आलाय. And makes coating uniform and strong, adherent. Okay, then press sheet passed into annealing chamber for heat treatment, for physical bonding between the tin coat and steel sheet. Okay, so this is what the flow chart. A little difference is there. Okay, so if you look at this chart here, process start from this side. Galvanizing आपण ह्या side left to right आलो होतो, इकडे right to left आलोय. Okay, so here we have a steel sheet to be coated with tin. First cleaning process, so first acid treatment, and then washing, that is not shown over here. Okay, then washing, then drying, etc. Okay, and then it is passed through the molten tin tank. So this is what the molten tin tank. Okay, something around 320 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, and here we have a zinc chloride bath, zinc chloride flux. Okay, to avoid oxidation of tin. मगाशी अमोनियम क्लोराइड होता बघा, झिंकला अमोनियम क्लोराइड फ्लक्स, पण टीनला झिंक क्लोराइड फ्लक्स लागतो टू अवॉइड कॉन्टॅक्ट विथ द ऑक्सिजन ऑफ एअर. Okay, so that steel sheet is then passed into molten tin bath. Here we get coating, but that is not that uniform and adherent. Okay, so it is first passed with the palm oil bath to avoid oxidation, because in a hot condition tin gets oxidized, so it is not exposed to air directly. After passing into molten tin bath, it is not exposed to air. First it is passed into palm oil and then into a pair of rollers in bath itself, oil bath itself. Rolling process is being done in that oil bath itself. Okay, and then here we get uniform coating, adherent coating, and then it is passed to the hot roller again, and then to the annealing treatment. Okay, here we get tin plated steel. So almost same steps, schematic is different. Okay, preparation of surface, coating, and then rolling and annealing. Okay, so these are the steps we follow for tinning. Okay, now let us see the differences between these two. Sometimes they ask differentiate between these two, galvanizing and tinning, or maybe anodic coating and cathodic coating, or maybe separate note asked, okay, in examination. So once you understand difference between these two, okay, your answer is very easy. Any question can be tackled. So first point is galvanizing means what? Zinc coated on steel is galvanizing. Definition of galvanizing. Very simple. Okay, zinc coated on steel pipe, for example, or steel sheet. Here, tin coated on steel is tinning. Tinning चा काय सोपं आहे, नावावरून कळते आपला tin. इकडे पण tin आहे, इकडे galvanizing मात्र zinc तुम्हाला कळायला पाहिजे. So obviously zinc is anodic. So second point you can write is it is anodic coating. With respect to steel, it is anodic. This is cathodic coating. Okay, then it offers cathodic protection to base metal even after breaking of coating. Now what is the meaning of this? This is very important point. Okay, it offers cathodic protection to base metal even after breaking of coating. What does it mean? So तुम्हाला असा प्रश्न विचारला, zinc offers cathodic protection or galvanized steel, galvanized असं विचारलं बघा, galvanized steel offers cathodic protection to the base metal. म्हणजे base metal म्हणजे steel. Explain. कसं एक्सप्लेन करणार बघा, काय प्रश्न आहे माझा? एक्सप्लेन हाऊ galvanized steel offers corrosion protection by cathodic protection method. How it affords or offers cathodic protection असं पण विचारू शकतात. कॅथोडिक प्रोटेक्शन कसं काय इथे होतं? ऍक्च्युअली कोटिंगचं काय पर्पज आहे? पर्पज ऑफ कोटिंग इज इट इज फिजिकल बॅरियर. Coating is what? Physical barrier, and it disconnects contact of the base metal with environment. But here one more word is there, cathodic protection word, and that we have already studied. Okay, now suppose, see, zinc and steel, if we consider zinc and steel, zinc coat on a steel, so zinc is what? The physical barrier. So as long as zinc coat is intact, it is not break, suppose it is not break, it is intact, then it will definitely a physical barrier, and it will offer corrosion protection. It will disconnect the contact with the environment. But even after breaking of that coat, suppose there are cracks, in that coating, zinc coating, what will happen? Base metal will corrode or not? Suppose I have one article, galvanized article. If I create cracks on the surface and base metal is exposed, what will happen? Whether there will be corrosion or not? काय होईल? कोणी सांगेल का? कळला तुम्हाला प्रश्न? माझ्याकडे गॅल्वनाइज आर्टिकल आहे, तर मी इकडे स्क्रॅच केलं आणि ते झिंकचं कोटिंग मी काय केलं, थोडंसं स्क्रॅच केलं आणि सरफेस खालचा ओपन झाला. नाव इट इज एक्सपोज टू एन्व्हायरमेंट. सो गॅल्व्हॅनिक सेल विल सेट अप. what will happen? There will be corrosion protection to steel pipe or not? त्या आर्टिकलला प्रोटेक्शन मिळेल का नाही? जोपर्यंत झिंक कोट इंटॅक्ट आहे, then it is physical barrier, no corrosion. But now it is not intact, it is cracked somewhere. So base metal is exposed to the environment. So there must be corrosion. But corrosion of whom? Corrosion of not of the base metal, but of the zinc coat, because zinc is what? Anodic. Okay, जसं आपण पहिला आपण corrosion passivity method शिकलो, sacrificial anode method. So here same thing will happen. Zinc coat will become sacrificial anode because it is anodic with respect to steel. So even though there is a crack, it will offer protection. Okay, जोपर्यंत crack नाही आहे, intact आहे, it is physical barrier, it will offer protection, no problem. Even though there is a crack, okay, it will behave like anode and base metal will be cathode, and it will offer corrosion protection. But that is not the case with the tin. It does not offer cathodic protection. Okay, so tinning article offer corrosion protection as long as tin coat is intact. Where if there is no crack, then it's okay, no corrosion. But if there are cracks, okay, on the coat, what will happen? Base metal will be exposed, and base metal will be now anode, because this is cathodic coating. Tin will be cathode and base metal will be anode, and there will be more corrosion. Galvanic corrosion will set up. Galvanic cell corrosion will set up. That will be more worst case. So tin will offer corrosion protection as long as tin coat is intact. Once there is crack generated, no protection is offered. Okay, so in case of galvanizing, there is cathodic protection. In case of tinning, there is no cathodic protection. But there is limitation of galvanization. What is that? It reacts with acidic food products and hence not used for food storage. It produces poisonous substances. So galvanized articles or utensils, they are not used for food storage or food manufacturing, okay, or any such processes, synthesis processes. Okay, but in case of cathodic protection, in case of tinning, in case of cathodic coating like tinning, tin does not react with acid. That is the advantage of tin. Okay, it does not offer cathodic protection, but it does not react with food products, acidic food products. So hence used for food storage. म्हणजे आपण बघा जनरली टीनची आपण कॅन वापरतो बघा, तुम्ही वापरता बघा कोको कोला वगैरे पिण्यासाठी म्हणा, किंवा काही बेवरेजेस असतील, किंवा फूड इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये वापरतात मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंगसाठी, किंवा फार्मास्युटिकल इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये टीन आर्टिकल्स वापरतात रादर दॅन झिंक और galvanized articles, because tin does not react with acidic food products. So that is what the advantage. And also one more disadvantage of this limitation of zinc coating is it is less stable to the environment condition, but tin coating is more durable, more stable to the environmental condition. That is why tinning is used. Okay, even though it does not offer cathodic protection, why it is used? First is it does not react with food product, and its stability towards environmental condition is higher than zinc coating. Okay, so these are the several points you need to write if the question is based on differentiation, or maybe write a note on something. You can make sentence out of these points and can have a paragraph. That's your answer. Okay. Now there is last point remaining. Okay, that we will take next time. I think it's 12:15. So if we should stop here. So you give your attendance in chat box and you can leave. Thank you.